So so talk to somebody who feel like they've fallen out of favor. You know what I mean? Who might have had it at one point and now feel like, man,
it's easy to get it back. See, when you fall out of it, it means you was about self.
This week, our show is brought to you by our partner in crime, Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, green juice, can supercharge your life, restore that glow, and help you feel decades younger in just 30 seconds per day without having to worry about shopping for ingredients, mixing and blending them, and then cleaning up afterwards. All ingredients are USDA organic, vegan-friendly, and made without GMO ingredients, gluten, or soy. Where else can you get superfoods like chlorella, moringa, spirulina, wheatgrass, ashwagandha, and turmeric, just to name a few? So make sure you guys check it out at www.organifi.com/success. That's ORGANIFI.com/success.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
I see you with the blue lights this time.
Hey,
no
come on,
more
man.
gray.
I had to hold you down because you in the white room, so I had to hold you down with the
Looking
blue.
good out there. What is going on, y'all? What it do?
Oh man, we got Dr. King in the building, fresh off a property tour. He just been all over Chicago, going crazy. Dr. King, what's happening?
Man, bro, going crazy, man. Hey, I'm still waiting on my camera, though. CJ clowned me the other day, y'all. He said I look like Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody else looking all crisp, E. You know what I'm saying? E, I'm going to ask you, bro, since you the CEO.
I didn't know, Ma.
I'm going to ask you since you the CEO. I tried to go first. I went to Carl.
CJ,
and then
CJ is the resident critic, so I'm going to let him have all of that.
Yeah.
That's not my swag.
You know what I'm saying? E, can somebody please, man,
I never knew you looked like a ghost, but
that's what looked like you ashy, dog. You put some lotion on. I'm darker than Maul.
E, you know what it was, right? You know, you always be cracking them jokes on CJ and be like, you know, I'm 100% chocolate. He 50-50. And then now all of a sudden, he, you know what I'm saying? So he didn't want to give me my camera.
50-50, boy.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to give me my camera. Now it's got me looking all, you know, like I'm a light-skinned brother.
The margin out on the table.
Hey, listen, man. We will get you a camera, but it was fun to joke you these last few episodes. You know what I'm saying? We got Douglas in the building, and Douglas has about 7 minutes with us before he passes out. Douglas, how you feeling, man?
I feel good, man. The weather here is, unusually warm for March. I've gone to some Michigan State graduations, and folks had coats on, you know. So it's unusually warm, and I'm in malls. I had to call Mall today. Went and got Jada a car. So we had to let the young ladies talk, and she copycat and got the Ranger, so she copycatted.
Oh, I'm talking about y'all kids be getting cars. You know what I'm saying?
Money reside? What
I'm talking about brand new cars.
No, her mom wanted to get her a Grand Cherokee. I'm saying, Didi, she's 23 years old. A Grand Cherokee, still it drives smooth. I said, it's a doggone working man's car. Like, she's 23 years old. She can't. She's like, okay, well, she got the double moon roof. I said, girl, you go somewhere and sit down. I let her take she can't find a man in the Grand Cherokee. She couldn't find a man with the roof off in the south.
So then remind me to buy that one for Avery. If that's how we doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Ma, I'm getting to that age, though, Ma. She's 23. I'm like, she got to get her a man now. She got to find her. She got to find her husband, Ma. She can't live. Love don't live here anymore.
Love don't live. For our audio only listeners, E and Carl are in the same space. They're 6 feet apart. You know what I'm saying? You know, Carl is an anti-masker, so you got to keep your space when you're around Carl. Carl ain't Carl ain't had a mask. I ain't never seen Carl with no mask on. So E,
here we
keep
go
your
again.
distance.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's so funny. See, when the COVID first happened, I'm talking about when that sucker was taking out 430,000 people.
An hour.
An hour. Hey, little man next door had ran up on Jordan and was like, yo, I can't play because of the COVID. Jordan was like, yo, Dad, they believe in the COVID. Carl had them jokers not believing in the COVID. My man said it like it was religion. He was like, Dad, he believed in the COVID on that.
Hey,
like,
listen.
No doubt.
Once Carl start getting them properties and start seeing them taxes, that boy turned into a whole trumper.
We living life like it's golden all the way, bro. Golden.
Face, open face sandwich. Open face.
Ain't it funny though? See how
I
Carl,
ain't mad at him.
anytime Carl
They say the people that don't believe, the people who believe it's COVID is the ones that died.
Oh, no
the
doubt.
ones that ain't believing the hype, they straight.
Ain't it funny too, dog? Every time Carl get in the car with you, he always want to sit in the back. He always want to sit behind you. You know what I'm saying? Don't never want to wear a mask, but he want to be the one right
so
behind
I see how
you.
this podcast is going. Okay, I see where it's going. All right.
Full transparency. We've been trying to do this podcast for like 7 days.
Yeah.
It's late. It's later than we usually do it. Maul had stuff to do all day. E got 72 dentist appointments tomorrow. Listen, y'all know good and well E go to the dentist at least 3 times a week. So he been gone for some months.
6 months.
Oh, I pray for your grill, dog, because you about to be in there.
I already went today. Man, let me tell y'all something. I probably should have been gone before because I did a good job because I knew I couldn't get to the dentist. And you know what, Maul? I ain't gonna lie. I never knew that the size of your shower could make a difference. But the size of my shower got me like geek. I'm brushing. I'm doing all kinds of stuff, Maul. I'm cleaning the back. I'm cleaning that joker. I got room, Maul. I got room, Maul. Finally, my shower got room, Maul.
Hey, let me tell you something though. E back in the projects. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no doubt.
I said, look, I called him the other night. This must have been maybe the day he got home. I said, how does it feel? That boy said, my whole hand covered the island. He said, bro, I wasn't used to my whole hand.
Island in the kitchen. I did this to the island in the kitchen. Maul was like, Lord have mercy.
Welcome back.
You know E wingspan ain't but about 3'11".
I'm talking about easy. So what did that tell you about my little island? And you know what though, Maul? I used to think the island was huge. I used to think that sucker was huge.
Exposure.
It's all relative, dog.
Exposure.
It's all relative. Hey, that whoever, I don't know if Marshall did that, but that got the most posts, comments that we ever seen. Me
now
and
you know I don't visit at all. Like I never go to the podcast, boy. But Maya sent it to me, and I was just like, "Oh Lord, Mia." I was just like, "Oh Lord, have mercy, Jesus."
Hilarious.
She sent it to me. I'm talking about. She put music behind it, dying laughing.
Oh man, super funny.
I
for those of
stop
y'all
laughing.
who remember when me and E was talking about being pilot, co-pilot. Somebody messed around and did the graphics for it.
Boy, hilarious.
And it's hilarious. Okay, I got a fair file for y'all. You know, since I don't feel like we're going to talk about much of nothing tonight, so let's just goof off for an hour and then I'll let y'all go. But I got a fair file. So it's 2 types of people in this world. I think y'all will agree with me. It's the type of us who go to restaurants where the dirtier, the unkept, the more foul, it is.
Oh, the taste.
The more excited you are to go, right? I'm talking about my girl. Like, she is the exact opposite. Like, if she don't see like the rating from the Bureau of Food and Beverage, she's not going in there, right? So that's just how we get down. She don't, even if it's fire, I'm like, yo, what's the deal? Like, she like, oh, look at that. It's a nasty food truck. They don't even have no running water back there. How they washing their hands? I'm like, that's where the flavor comes from.
That's it.
So anyway, I found a fire little Euro spot, gyro, if you're from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Gyro spot. Right. But here go the only problem. It was in a gas station, right? So here go the thing. I had scooped it up one time for myself, and it was fire. So then the next time I went and got it, I came home, and Candace was like, oh, what you got? I was like, but it said, like, Louis gyros on it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, she ain't know. So I was like, oh, okay, try some. And so she was like, man, she tried it. Was like, yo, this is fire. I was like, oh, okay, for sure. So long story short, for the last year, I've been scooping these guy rolls
and bring them to the crib.
Once a week. So here go the only problem.
DoorDash.
Oh, bruh. So here go the only problem. We out and about the other day, and I'm like, yo, what you want to eat? She was like, yo, let's scoop one of them. You know what I'm saying? She like, let's scoop one of them gyro. And I said, oh, okay. And you know how you panic? Like a little, you slightly panic. You ain't
no
sure
question.
exactly what
the
to
truth
do.
is out. You know that the truth is out.
Yeah. So I'm like, shoot. So in my head, I was like, how do you say like, yo, I'm gonna just go ahead and take you to the crib and I'll go back out and get it? Because it's one of them hood spots like Uber Eats ain't going there. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no DoorDash, nothing. So I was like, man, how do I tell her like I'm gonna take her to the crib and then go scoop it? Long story short, man, it blew up in my face because I tried and she was like, what? You know how your girl just start getting inquisitive.
Yeah.
And I finally broke down and told her that it was attached to a, you know what I'm saying?
A shell. A BP.
A sitco.
Lord have mercy.
I ain't gonna say I slept on the couch. No. I did rest on the couch. But I'm trying to think, is it fair or foul? Like you said the food was fire, you've been eating it for a year.
A year.
And all of a sudden now, because you know it's from a gas station, you won't touch it and you pissed at me for going to get it. Is that fair or foul?
Foul. It's foul that she don't want to eat it after she know the truth. It's not fair that you didn't tell her from the jump. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think, hey, bro, I don't think it make a difference, bro. A sandwich is a sandwich, no matter where it's from, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I think it's fair that you still got her the sandwich and she liked it. And she said, so it's fair. I agree with you, bro. I agree.
What is the problem, though, with gas station? Like, I don't hit up the restaurants at the gas. Now, I will say this. That's not the truth. I hit a Subway on the road.
Easy.
Fact.
Easy pull over and get me like a gas in a Subway. But in the
I
city.
think I'd rather drink the gas than eat Subway. Subway is
Oh, no, I
horrendous.
promise you.
Really?
I promise you, bro.
Subway.
I'm not a Subway dude, but I promise you, on that run, that long trip,
It's only
it
two
ain't nothing
things you
open.
can get
I'm like,
consistently,
ain't a
though.
whole lot of
Subway and
options.
McDonald's.
And
I'm like, let me
McDonald's,
get
that's
that
it.
tuna melt.
Yeah.
Let me get that tuna melt. But I've never gone to a gas station spot in the city, like where I am. And it's Didi. She's always said, the gas, they pumping gas. I'm like, but they pumping gas on this side.
Right.
And they serving the food on the other side, though.
That's it.
But she got me spooked out, though, see, so I don't do it. But she got me spooked out.
And just to be full transparency, in this gas station, the food and the little convenience store is all in one. Ain't no other side. You know what I'm saying? I know what you're talking about. When you on the road trip, you hit the little pilot, and it's half restaurant, half gas station. This joint, I'm talking about they cooking the gyros
one
right
and the
there
same.
next to the Snicker bars.
Right.
See, I know how to get her, bro. Next time you're in Chicago, I'm going to take Candace. You know her little favorite place is Harold's Chicken, E. So the next time she's in Chicago, I'm going to take her to this Harold's Chicken that's in the gas station.
That's where we need to go. I bet you that joint fire already.
Fire.
And if she go for it, then we're going to have to get the sandwich when we get back to the A. Yeah.
Oh, I promise you, it's fire too.
I can use one of those right now.
They go crazy. Got the white sauce on there, the flavor.
Is it better than the one in Harlem?
I was going to say
No,
Harlem. Are we there?
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Don't. Now you done got out of pocket now.
Okay, I thought it was like, the Harlem one. I was like, oh, no. I don't care where it come
bruh.
from.
He's still chasing the Harlem High. That's what he's doing.
Oh no, you're gonna be chasing that high forever till we get back to that joint. And my man better still be there. All right. So I know we got people listening. They like, yo, what y'all gonna talk about? There's a few things. E, I wanted to talk about what me and you talked about yesterday, but I think that one's gonna take a long time to digest.
Okay.
That's got a whole quote. It's got all kind of stuff. So I want to go back to what we talked about 3 days ago. Okay. And that is, how else y'all think I get these topics? You know what I'm saying? He just called me and vent a little bit, and I'll be like, oh, okay, that's what we're going to talk about on the podcast. So the one we talked about yesterday, E, I'm not even going to do you like that because I can see your body language. I can see Didi.
Okay. Maul said I'm going to get hyped once you say whatever it is.
Okay.
He said I'm going to be able to get into it.
All right. So E has been accused before, in the past, I should say, and I've been accused. All right, recently, yeah. Carl, of playing favorites, right? Somebody said, yo, it seemed like, when such and such do something, you one way, but when this person do it, you another way. And I remember, I instantly hit E and was like, yo, I remember, like, yo, how did you handle that? Because I can remember when people would say E would play favorites with me, right? Like they'll be like, oh, he likes C more. I'm like, okay, I don't really know what that means. Like, C the golden child. And so E, I'll let you speak to it first because I was thrown off. Because in my head, I was
you
like,
go first on this one.
listen, I'm gonna just be real. When they said it to me, you know me, I'm argumentative. Me and Mark could go at it for 16 hours straight. Bro, when they said it, I was looking for a point to counter their argument and didn't have one. I was like, oh, you absolutely right. I am playing favorites. And I was like, okay, hold up. Am I right or wrong? I didn't really know how to feel. And so I want to help people because you're out there now and, you feel like, man, this person playing favorites or my boss playing favorites or my mom playing favorites. E, talk to us, man. How do you deal with people saying you playing favorites and why were you playing favorites with me?
No. So to CJ's point, I do feel like there are times, when you play favorites. And again, I think people say, I think that term is only used when you're not the favorite. Okay? Like, I don't know if it's the same term, Maul. When you're on the other side of it, I don't know if that's what the term is.
Yeah.
But when you're not on that side, you call it playing favorites. And the reason why I say that is because, I've heard my son say that about his sister, and I'm like, okay, you're using that term because there's something that you're not getting that you want. Like when he was, in high school, he'd be like, yo, Jada got to do this and I ain't get to do it. You showing favorites. And I'm like, that's definitely not the truth. And if anything, I'm showing favorites for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're the firstborn. So there's things that I'm just doing for you because you're the firstborn. Whereas Jada, for the most part, most of the stuff I've done for her, I'm just being real. She pretty much like earned it, if that makes sense. You feel me? So even now, I went and got her the car today, and the guy was like, man, what did she do to deserve this? Like, you could tell that the dealer is usually dealing with people who are coming to buy a car for themselves. Like, they not necessarily coming to buy a car for somebody else, right? So my man was for real. He was like, yo, what did she do to deserve it? I said, I'm going to really be honest with you. She's been deserving, but because her brother's the oldest and we play favorites, he's always gotten the car. Like, it ain't even no option. Whatever whip I got, Jay get that whip. Like, once I'm finished with it, I get a new one. Jada ain't never got no new car. She's always got his hand-me-downs, right? And, I just find it funny, bro. I'm just not trying to be, like, for real. And I want y'all to really hear me. I find it funny that Jada has always got Jalen's hand-me-downs, and she's never used the term favorites. Like, she's never said, why is Jalen favorite? She never said that. She just take the whip and do her thing. You know what I'm saying? But today I told my man, I was like, yo, my son has gotten all the vehicles, including the latest 2015, 2016 Escalade. You feel me? ESV, right? So I was like, you know what? Let me go get my daughter. She didn't graduate from college. She in grad school. I'm like, my wife was like, well, won't you get her something with some miles on it? I'm saying, for what, Didi? Like, her whole life. Like, and I'm not putting nobody I know as people out there, oh, so you saying my child? No. I'm just saying that my daughter's 23, and up to this point, she's not really done anything that has put me and my wife out. Like, she ain't never got kicked out of college. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jada ain't never really even dated for real, for real. She's a very focused child. So, of course, I hope whatever. So I'm like, no, I'm not getting her none used. I want her to smell that smell, Ma. I want her to smell that smell. You feel me? Like, I'm willing to pay the extra whatever to smell that smell because she finished high school. She finished college in 4 years. You know what I'm saying? She did what she's supposed to do. So I find it funny, though, for real, that term is used by people who feel like they're not. All right. But anyway, see, here's what I always say as a pastor. I don't believe God is a respecter of person, but I believe he's a respecter of traits, behaviors, and characteristics. I do believe that. I believe that if a person is a person of faith, like they have a lot of faith, it's just stuff God gonna bless them with that other people not gonna get. You know, he said, with the same measure that you give, it shall be given to you. Pressed down, shaken together, run over. So he's not showing favorites, but people who give and give unconditionally and give stuff to people that they would want themselves, Because there's a different giver, Ma. I just got to be careful. There are people that give away their stuff when they don't want it no more. They start going through their closet like, I don't wear this, I don't wear this. No, I'm talking about giving people the stuff that you would want, right? And so the Bible says it, that there's a different, God blesses people differently. It's their faith, it's their obedience, it's their, and I'm not saying you got to be obedient. It's just certain people who have faith, they just get certain things. People who are givers, they just get certain things. So I'm just saying, see, I don't know that I ever looked at you. And here's what people have to realize. And I don't say this I say this in an ignorant, because I haven't always been the greatest leader, but just to show people I wasn't showing favorites. C was probably my third or fourth leader. You feel me? It was like, it was Kenny Vaughn first. It was Kenny Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? Then Candace took over for Kenny Vaughn. Yeah. Then it was another one. I ain't even going to say their name on camera. All right? And so then like maybe after that, and it was DeAndre. You know what I'm saying? So it was about 4 people more before C. So I didn't look at C and go, I want C. C's probably the only one that earned the leadership, if that makes sense. Everybody else that I blessed that opportunity with, it was more emotional. It was more, I was cool with them. I liked their style, whatever. C actually earned it by doing a leadership task. So C literally took off. Ma, you got to understand who I am now. Ma, you ain't know who I was then, bro, in terms of not wanting to deal with conflict, bro. Listen to me, Ma. I put a whole get out of jail free card on C. Like C had to handle something that we could have went to jail, Ma, like on somebody else's action, somebody else doing something dumb, because I had a bunch of college students with me. And you know how that is. You're responsible for your college students. But you know how these college kids act on spring break? Bruh, I had a situation, and C was just like, oh, you want me to handle it? I was like, yeah, go for it. So when you say favorites, this is a person that not only handled the situation, but from that day forward, really took the responsibility and the lead for making the rough, tough decisions. So, of course, if you want to call it I favor C, okay, call it that. But we wouldn't even be eating right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wouldn't be a company, especially if you was relying on me, because I was emotional at the time. So C's making some serious decisions. C's getting some serious results. I'm talking about at 23, he demanding, he driving. When we get there, he like, nope, you don't do this. Nope, you do that. Nope, you do this. Nope, you do that. Like, I remember once, this individual, when I told him more like, we can't do that. Like, yo, I remember that person almost like jumping bad at me. And I remember C jumping in like, bro, I promise you, if you go near E, I'll wax you, bro. Like, don't play. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? So C wasn't even on no, like, neutral boy. Like, all right, if he do something to E, I ain't working for E like that. But at the same time, I'm going to chill. No, C was like, bruh, don't, And then after that, he was like, E, cut my man, bruh. Like, flat out. And if you can't cut him, I'll cut him. Don't come around us no more. So when you say favorites, I mean, if that's what you want to call it, but I see it as C was making some serious deposits into us originally that put us where we are now. So, if you take all your money out the bank and you want to know why the bank is tripping versus somebody that put money in the bank and you call it favoritism because you overdraft that joker and they hating on you and they prejudice and call it what you will. But for me, Ma, that's what I think. There's certain traits, characteristics, and behaviors that people demonstrate, and as a result of demonstrating those, we tend to lean toward that person more because that relationship is mutual.
Yeah, and
you feel me?
Yeah, no question. And the reason I wanted to bring that up is because I honestly, as a leader, I had to think about it, and I stepped back and I was just like, yo, because there was a situation, and again, when we on this podcast, I try to
right.
I try to walk the line as fine. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like even with my family and stuff like that, like. Yo, y'all got to think, we do this for y'all. I hope y'all appreciate this every week. We got to talk about family stuff, business, but it's only right that we bring y'all true, authentic stories. Right. So this person was basically pissed that I got one person on the team who ain't got to get on those staff meetings besides myself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Well, your whole CJ whole line, whoever is in C line, Ma, they fall under the no meeting zone.
Hey, right. Hey, so That's
You
fact.
can't even say that to it. It's a fact.
So
Hold on. We got staff meetings?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You fall under CJ, Mo. You fall under CJ's authority.
I didn't know.
You over here. But anyway, so somebody hit me and was like, yo, I like, that's not fair. You know, in terms of rank or whatever, they might be on the same level. And they were like, yo, such and such ain't been on a staff meeting yet. They ain't been on a professional development training. Like, how is it that I gotta go and they don't? Like, you playing favorites. And y'all know me. I was, you know, I tried in my head, I was like, how do you say this, you know, and be diplomatic, you know?
Right.
But I couldn't do it. And I said, at the end of the day, your production level and their production level is not equal. The value that they bring to the table and the value that you bring, and I'm just being honest. This ain't got nothing to do with you as a human being.
Right.
This has everything to do with you as a member of this team. This person putting up 32 and 10 boards, you coming off the bench giving me 5 and 8. There's some things that I'm gonna need you to do in terms of developing your game that this person doesn't necessarily need right now. Now, I did not say they were perfect, but I'm telling you that they bring an extreme value. And this person was a little hurt, but when I sat there and broke down the numbers for them, and I was able to pull out a sheet of paper and go, okay, let me show you what this person does. Let me show you how they move the needle. I promise you, if you could put up these kind of numbers, I will draft you over to this side, and you don't have to stats out.
I got no more meetings.
The stats out on you.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But here's my thing, and I'm not talking about us. This is not for us. This is for you. Find out in life why life is not playing favorites with you. Right now, I'm just being real. Maul, you called me a little while earlier and said, yo, real estate wise, we putting up crazy numbers. E hit me, was like, yo, I got this gig with a power company, a huge power company. Like, life is playing favorites with us right now. But it has nothing to do with the fact that it's just, we picked up a 4-leaf clover this morning. You do things in order to gain favor. And so, Maul, Carl, I'll let y'all jump in, but talk about, as a matter of fact, let's go to Carl, because I think it's good, Carl. Like, Carl, you've had so many things happen in your life over the past 2 years where you may not have been feeling like you was being favorited at the time, but now your blessings is just coming in abundance. Talk about the mindset shift and how you started to increase your favoritism.
I like that. How to increase your
favoritism. That sounds like a conference.
Yeah, that's a conference. Yeah.
I told you I'll put y'all on my back tonight, like every other night if y'all need me to.
So I got to be 5 and 8 off the bench?
Yeah, that's it. But you will be in the staff meeting in the morning.
No, see, I guess it came to me with a level of frustration, and we talked about this before. But one of the things that I always looked at was the fact that I knew I could produce more, right? And it's a situation where I was miserable. See, like the stuff that I was doing, and we talk about it like this. He always says, like, yo, we started this company playing offense. We played offense. We didn't play defense. Not saying that we don't need defense. Obviously, we need it, but we started playing offense. And C had a conversation with me. I was like, yo, you just play, like, you trying to be on the all defensive team right now. And he's like, I can look at you and see that it's not where you need to be. But for whatever reason, you in the ground screw thing, and that's all you're doing. And of course, that and, you know, other conversations that I'm having with the guys, it got me to the place where I'm like, yo, you have to produce more. It's in you. It's not like it's something that I got to go and be deep, see. Like, it's stuff that I have in me that everybody else can see, but I'm not bringing it to light. And the last 2 years, Terica said something to me the other day. Terica said, oh, it hadn't burned you enough yet. That's why you ain't make no change. Like, it didn't burn you for real yet. That's why you ain't make no change. It burned me, see. The last 2 years, it burned.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I'm looking around, and I do feel like, man, I feel like more should be happening in my life. But I'm not on the victim side of that. Like, more should be happening. Like, help me. Like, no, what do I need to do to make more happen, see? And, like, for real, people will still tell you, like, man, I can't get through to Carl. And I promise you, I'm still in my heart sorry about it. but I'm not sorry at the results I'm getting because now it's just like I've made a decision that I'm not going to be in that spot anymore. No, like it's not going to happen for me anymore. It's not going to happen for my family. So everything that I have to do, I'm going to do now to make sure, like for real, like you said, favoritism is coming my way now.
I love it, Carl, because you said something, and Maul, I'll bring you right in. But Carl, you said something deep because you think about it in terms of like the things you had to do. But then there was also this other thing that you had to stop doing to increase your favor. And I think a lot of people don't understand that it's not just about what you're doing. It's about stopping the things that you're doing that are unproductive. Can you speak to that really quick and give us a specific example?
See, it is very specific. So again, we have Breathe University, dude. That's a couple thousand people that is emailing every other day. Like they're calling. And here's the thing. We have staff, but I am still, because my email is attached to a lot of the accounts. My email is attached to, Stripe and all the business, my email. Like I set up a lot of the accounts. I'm feeling the responsibility of having to respond. Because again, we want the customer to have this, this fantastic experience. So like email comes in, I'm going to stop everything I'm doing and respond. Text comes in, I'm going to stop everything I'm doing and respond. And it's like, yo, you can't, I don't want to mess it up. See, what was the quote from Sunday? You can't, hold on. I wrote it. I ain't even going to mess this up.
Right.
Charles Foot. Yeah, I'm going to get this right.
Don't burn. You can't set yourself
on fire to keep other people
somebody else
warm.
Oh, yeah,
Don't set yourself on fire to keep everybody else warm.
Man on fire.
Man on fire.
Man
so
on fire.
That's the situation where I'm finding myself in. See, I can't get anything done because I'm trying to keep everything else around me warm. And it's like, yo, and he pulled me aside. I was like, yo, you might come to find out that you the person that's holding it up. And that was a dagger. Like, huh? Like here I am working so hard to try to make sure everything's going. And he's like, no, you might be the cog in the wheel. Like, you might be the person holding the whole system up. He said, let it go. I'm like, if I let it go, it could drop. He's like, okay, let it go. Let's see if it drop. And it ain't drop. It ain't drop. Or let me say it like this. It ain't drop to the point where nothing failed. Nothing failed, see? Yeah. So I had to learn,
it's not worse.
Right, it ain't nothing.
Definitely not worse.
So it just put me in a place where it's like, dude, you could have been let go of some stuff. You could have stopped being selfish and created the opportunities for other staff members, to other people to learn and, increase their value in the team while you go off and do other stuff. But no, I was holding on to everything, see, because it was tied, at that time, it was tied to me and my value in my mind. And now it's just like, no, that's gone. It's like, I'm free, bro.
Got you. Dr. King.
Yeah. Hey, excuse me. First off, look, I don't think that favoritism is a bad thing. So whoever said it, they said,
what do you think it is, though, Maul?
They said,
what is it?
Huh?
What is it? Like, how do you define favoritism?
Well, I mean, the root of favoritism is favor, right? And favor is found in the Bible 145 times. So it can't be a bad thing because God showed a lot of people favor. One person in mind, he showed Joseph, right? Joseph went through a whole bunch of stuff and he continued to show him favor. So
what do you mean, though, Maul? You keep saying he showed him favor. What do you mean when you say favor? What does that mean? Yeah,
so he showed him grace. He continued to still position him to do well. He celebrated the fact of Joseph, how he attacked things, how he was persistent, consistent, how he was disciplined. So he showed him favor, meaning he celebrated the fact or positioned him because of his dedication and because of his commitment level. And so it goes back to what CJ was talking about. When I think about when I played football, the coaches put their favorites on the field. Not necessarily, and the reason why this person is the favorite is because he's doing the best. He
picked up 200 yards.
Yeah, right. He's going to position the team to win. So, of course, that's my favorite. So now somebody on the sideline, though, you might be third string, not getting in the game. And you're like, oh, man, coach always play him, man. That's his favorite. He's his favorite for a reason. And I think sometimes people miss that.
And you're not his favorite for a reason.
Right. And so in my life, see,
you can't get to be the favorite when you think that the reason you're not the favorite is because they just playing favorite.
Right. But the problem is with that is that you're focusing more so on that person and what they're doing in life than why you're not the favorite.
Right.
Why you're not the number one person. And so the thing about it is some people are always looking for the coach to make them their favorite. They're looking for some outside their boss to make them their favorite when they ain't even making themselves favorite. You ain't even favorite with yourself. You ain't doing nothing for yourself. You ain't showing favoritism to your own life.
I'll see you next week.
That's a fact,
You
Mo.
over here waiting for somebody else to show favoritism to you, and you ain't show favoritism in your own house.
Wow.
It's like, I believe that God helps those who help themselves. So how are you helping yourself in order to get other people to not start showing favoritism on you? It starts with you. So here it is today. You talked about what he's doing today. So today we working on 17 properties. 17 properties. Now, when these 17 properties close, and I ain't even gonna throw numbers out here today, but when these 17 properties close and that money come in, somebody might say, oh man, Jamal just got a lot of favor on him. Absolutely, I got a lot of favor on me because I'm putting in the work to do the job that's gonna bring in that favor. That's going to bring in that amount of money or whatever it is that I'm going to do. And then I'm going to take that and then we're going to put into another business. And then now people going to look at that other business and say, oh, wow, man, they just got a lot of favor. It continues because we're actively doing something to get that favor on us. And I think a lot of people miss that, E. They sit back and you waiting for something to happen. It's almost like the lottery ticket mentality. You're waiting for that scratch off every time, and you're putting your future and everything, you're putting all of that into this scratch off or into these pick 5 numbers that you're waiting on the lottery on the 9 o'clock news, and it ain't gonna happen. When you can, all that time you've been waiting and scratching them tickets, you could have gave yourself favor. You could have done something for yourself. And so I hate when I hear people say, oh man, you showing favoritism or this and that. You know, it's like, dude, go get your own, go create. And I think when I was talking about Joseph, he created. He didn't just, even when he was put in jail, he created. He created favor. He didn't just sit there and Pharaoh just all of a sudden, or Potiphar didn't all of a sudden just say, oh man, let me pick somebody in his jail cell and bring them into my house. No, he heard about who this person was. Pharaoh heard how this guy was interpreting dreams. He was actively doing something. And because he was actively doing something, somebody heard what was going on and said, hey, I need this guy to come work over here.
But specifically, because I hear C talking in the back of my head, E, come on though, E, we got to give him, practical, we got to give him steps. So the first thing is favor comes from someone outside of yourself, right? So that's number one. So we get started with, there's somebody who has something that is of interest to you or that could be a blessing to you outside of yourself. So then we have to get favor. So when we look at Joseph, Potiphar, I think was the first one. Joseph was a slave.
Yep.
But according to Potiphar, Joseph didn't come on the scene with no woe is me attitude.
Exactly.
He didn't come with no victim mindset like my brothers almost killed me. They threw me in slavery. Bruh,
y'all got him up now, y'all. Y'all got him now.
I told you was going to get up.
Let's get him.
I got to preach this weekend. And one of the things I want to talk about, Maul, in my sermon is like, yo, you don't realize that the reason why you don't have favor is because the very person that could be a blessing to you, you talking about that person. And I don't even mean no harm, Maul. Like I'm not a person that's gonna lose my favor because, what I'm saying, you saying something bad about me.
Yeah.
But I'm saying what people don't understand is your conversation. There is life and death in your conversation. So Joseph must have been smart enough to know, like, yo, ain't nothing good about to happen to me talking to these people about how my brothers try to kill me.
Yep.
Like, ain't no, it's no good, and I'm telling y'all, watch your conversations because in your own conversations, you're dooming yourself, you're damning yourself because you're talking negative. And you can't get favor talking about somebody bad.
Let me add one piece to that. And these conversations don't have to be verbal, out loud.
Yeah,
Some of them are happening in here.
Absolutely.
So be careful with that. Go ahead, E.
So I'm just saying, Joseph was like, yo, I'm a slave. Okay, what can I do as a slave? Man, Joseph took care of this man's house so much. This dude was like, yo, bruh, I can't afford to lose you. And the Spirit of the Lord was with this kid.
But Joseph wasn't looking at the other people that was in charge of Potiphar's house. He wasn't saying, oh, you showing favor to them. I'm just a slave in your house. He wasn't doing that?
No, he just focused on him. And listen to me. I do want to help y'all, but your motive's got to be right. You should be a blessing to the person you're trying to get favor from. But you should do it in a way that is going to benefit them. Like, you can't start with you. So Joseph was like, yo, here's the deal. Man, I'm going to take care of this dude's house so well. Man, he took care of this dude's house so well. This dude was like, yo, bro, you over everything. A slave, Ma? You don't let no slave be over your stuff. My man was like, yo, you over everything. I just got one thing to ask. Like, don't take my wife, because I know you that powerful that you could take my wife too. Because I'm not here. He like, I'm on the go all the time. So don't take my wife. That was the only request. When my man got thrown in jail, falsely accused, when he went to Pharaoh, Ma, they used the same language, that you'll be over everything in my house. It was the exact same language, Ma. It was no different language. What he did in Potiphar's house, he did in Pharaoh's house. So I'm just saying, I'm giving y'all one of the skill sets. Find out the people in your life that you want favor from. Don't be on those manipulative, sneaky stuff. Like, really ask what they need and give them what they need, not what you want them to have.
I had to look it up. You missed one.
Okay.
So the warden put Joseph in charge of all those
that's right.
in prison.
In prison. 3 times.
3 times.
3 times.
This wasn't no fluke.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he said Joseph over the whole prison.
But hey, but you notice that everywhere he went, he didn't complain. He just worked. He worked where he was at.
That's it.
He didn't look at the warden and say, hey, you got other people in the best cell. My cell look like garbage. He continued to work no matter what situation, no matter what level he was on.
But not his own work, Ma. I'm telling you, we got to be careful, because sometimes for those of us who are workers, we will work, but we working how we want to work. That may not necessarily be beneficial to Potiphar. That might not be beneficial to the warden. That might not be. Listen to me, man. I'll never forget when I was working for Hugh Jackson. I told Hugh, I said, listen, Hugh, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are drawn to you because you're a head coach. All I'm saying to you, bro, is I just want to be Nathan to Jonathan. I'm sorry, Jonathan to David. I just want to cover you, bro. And you tell me what that looks like, and that's all I want to do. I don't want to be at every football game. I ain't got to be on the bus. I ain't got to be seen. Just tell me what you need, and I promise you, I got your back. And so make sure you figure out what your leaders or your people you want favoritism need, and then don't give them what you want. Like, I don't bring my wife roses, Ma. She can't stand roses. She'd rather to get her car clean and gas in her car. Ma, I'd rather do roses. It's so romantic, Ma. It's so romantic to go give her some roses and do a bath with the stuff. It would be so romantic, but she does not like flowers. Yeah. She like, I got her car, the interior clean, Ma. Ma, she love when I get the interior of that joker clean, Ma. And so I'm just saying, to all y'all that are listening, understand this. Every human you want favor from, they need something. There's no human out here without a need. Every human has a need. If you find out what that need is, and I'm telling you, when somebody had the nerve to say to me on the call, I was talking about how they told me I couldn't live in the neighborhood I'm in, and I actually happened to make a phone call, Ma, and the person I called a person in Cali and was like, yo, it's going to be to your benefit that Eric lives in your neighborhood. Somebody like, oh, that happened because you're a celebrity. That did not happen because I was a celebrity. I've not always been a celebrity. That happened because the company that wanted to build my house, Ma, I worked for that company years ago, Ma, and built a relationship with the guy. So when I called because Chase Bank said I can't get the loan the week I was supposed to close on my house, I made a phone call to a CEO. And the CEO made a phone call, and 48 hours I had. Somebody's like, oh, that's because you're a celebrity. No, it's not. It's because I work for that organization. They got almost 30-some companies, and I used to volunteer and work for free. So they don't like me, Ma, just off the street level somewhere. I actually saw a need that they had, and I realized I was one of the few people that could actually take care of that need, and I didn't even know I would ever need them again, to be real with you, Ma. They weren't cashing me out like that. I never knew I would need them. I just knew here's an opportunity to serve, here's an opportunity to learn, and I'm going to do it. And one day I woke up, I needed both of them in that capacity. So I'm just saying, when you say favoritism ain't fair, you're probably the person that's not on the right side of it. And you're probably saying it because you don't understand how this thing works. And I promise you, people want you to be their favorite. Don't think being a favorite is hard. People want you to be their favorite. Meaning what? That people have some legitimate needs that they would want you to take care of. Legitimate needs, bruh, that they would want you to take care of. And so, yeah, favoritism, Maul. Yeah. Talk to me. See, I'm sorry. See, I just had to.
Y'all woke him up.
No. I'm listening.
They just said I was a celebrity. See, I'm like, don't act like I always been no doggone celebrity. I favored my way to celebrity, meaning what? There are people who watch me who I've done something for that I've never met before. You my coach from afar. That word you gave me got me through E. And as a company, we put out all this content and we ain't asked for nothing. At the end of them, we ain't asking you to go over and buy this and do that. And so if we are considered the number one in the world, it's only because we put out so much content and we were such a blessing to people that if we're the world's favorite, there's a reason why we're the world's favorite.
You said something deep, and I want to make sure that we touch on it because you said that make sure that, the people you look in the game, favoritism from, check your intentions on that too. Like why you even want favoritism from that person. You know what I mean? Because I think there's a lot of people who you looking for favoritism from people who don't mean you no good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't start off saying, yo, let me, win favoritism from E. That was never the goal. The intentions were always pure. So make sure you got the right intentions. E, you're on this podcast, Carl, myself, and Maul probably came up very similar, 2-parent household and pretty much been on a decent track since birth. You're obviously, you overcame some stuff, right? Do you remember the point in your life where the favor started to shift? Because again, I might look at my life and go, okay, for the most part, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I had decent favor on me from the jump. Do you remember that moment where you were like, yo, okay, if I do X, Y, and Z, then I get this, and when that perspective shift started to happen for you?
Yeah, I think it was two. I think one initially was, church. I started doing some stuff around the church, and I saw how pastor, was drawn to me. It was a lot of us in the church, a lot of young men like myself who had gotten off, maybe not to the best start in terms of stuff we did, choices we made, not necessarily talking about my parenting, just stuff, bad choices I made. And I would get to church early. Y'all know, man, the sisters, the deacons, deaconette, you know what I'm saying? The older, younger sisters in the church that would cook. I would always be there, man, washing the dishes, sweeping, mopping. You know how it is, Ma. All the fellas, we out in the back playing around. I would stop for a minute, go in, take out the trash, help. People like, you a suck up. I wasn't trying to be no suck up, bro. I just was like, yo, I enjoy washing dishes. I enjoy helping. Like, I love y'all, but I really like being around the deaconess. I like being around the deacons. Like, y'all might take them for granted, but I'm homeless. I enjoy having a conversation with an older male from the church. You feel me? Like, I wasn't talking to my mom like that doing that. So I enjoy listening to the deaconesses. You know what I'm saying? The elders of the church. And I started realizing, like, Elder Craig, rest in peace. Elder Craig used to, like, just put me in he had a minivan all the way back then. He put me in the minivan, just drive me around Detroit, have conversations with me. Like, young man, you got a good heart on your shoulder. I love Dee Dee. Dee Dee was his pride and joy. He used to pick Dee Dee up from her crib and drive, the kids to church school. And he loved him some Dee Dee. He used to bring her lunch. You know what I'm saying? He loved him some Dee Dee. And he'd just be like, yo, Dee Dee good. She's a good person. Y'all need to link up. Like, whatever, Ma. He used to take me to work when I worked at McDonald's, then Elder King. And that's where I first started seeing, like, yo, if you do right by people, then the Cannoneers was like, come live with us for the 6 months before you go to Oakwood. And then when I got to Oakwood and I started doing that same thing in terms of, we were the first ones to get married, Ma, pretty much, like in our little circle. So we used to let people borrow our car. They used to come over. It wasn't much, Ma, but we had cereal. Cereal go a long way, bro, when you in college. We had, like, after church, we have a little spaghetti dinner. No chicken at that time, Ma. We didn't know that chicken was, we didn't know spaghetti wasn't a whole meal back then.
Spaghetti
we
and
were so
garlic bread.
broke. You know what I'm saying? We were broke, bro. But they would come over, man. We eat together, and I just started to take my friends' checks. This is back in the day, y'all. I had a bank account. I used to actually take my friend's check to the bank, and the lady, Miss Mary, she used to cash their checks for me, knowing that I ain't have enough in the bank account. But she just knew, Maul, I wasn't never overdrafting or nothing like that. And she used to hook me up. And, man, I got to a point, y'all heard me tell the story. that I literally, everybody on campus know this the truth. I could have run. I'm not going to say I would have won, but I knew so many people in that city with my GED program and churches that I would serve at that I could have run for mayor, bro. You know, when I was close to 30, I could have run for mayor in that city. And so that was it. See, church in the beginning, but when I got to Oakwood and started really being a blessing to people using my gift, man, just so many doors opened up for me, and so many people loved me and loved on me and would just do anything for me. I told my boy I was building my house back in Huntsville. My boy Buck was like, "E, we need to get that 50 over 50 flag team back again." I was like, "Let's go."
Oh, please don't do that.
Baby.
Right.
Please don't. I'll be Achilles popping everywhere.
I'll tear it up.
them ACLs.
I'll tear it up. Y'all making enough money in investments. Y'all can go ahead and just take care of your homie.
So, so talk to somebody who feel like they've fallen out of favor. You know what I mean? Who might have had it at one point and now feel like, man,
it's easy to get it back. See, when you fall out of it, it means you was about self. You was focused on self. And let me tell you something. Man, y'all heard me say this before, man. I know some good humans. I'm talking about good humans who have fallen on hard times and act desperate now. And they on that crooked stuff. You know, like they on that negative motive stuff. You feel me? And I'm telling you, be careful, man. Like, don't let money or the pursuit of money put you in a situation where you just not you. When you say crooked, you talking about stealing? No. If you know you a giver, when you ain't got money, still give. Don't do that. Like, don't switch up your energy because you're not where you want to be. If you know you are a person that look out for people, bro, even if you ain't got no bread, still look out. Try to find a way to look out. It ain't got to be money. It might be transportation. I hit Rondell the other day. It's like, yo, Rondell, I'm flying in the, man, this boy picked me up. And again, not in a bad way, but he want to help and serve us so much. He lying. I told my man I had 7 pieces of luggage. He's like, I got you, E. My man drove up, Maul, in an Impala. He had an Impala. I had 7 pieces of luggage, Maul.
Yeah.
Maul, when I tell you that boy found a way to get all 7 pieces of that luggage in that car, you know why? Because in his mind, he like, yo, I want to be the one that blessed them. Like, I want to take them, whatever. Then he told me he had to get back because he had court. You know, you're a police officer, so he had, like, speeding tickets or whatever. And I watched this boy drop us off. He had water in the car when we got in, our favorite water. He had peanuts, right? Ma, he ain't got a lot. But he was like, yo, I know y'all like this water, and I know y'all just got off the peanut. So what I'm trying to tell you is you already in favor if you just flip back and just be yourself. Stop letting your mortgage and your rent and, you know, things that are happening, COVID, you like, oh, man, all this stuff is happening to me. So guess what you're doing? You're being somebody that you're not. You're not being your authentic self, and that's why you're not winning, because you're not being your authentic self. It does not matter what the circumstances are. You have to be that warm, loving, cool, kind, whatever, energetic, whatever you are, you got to be that person. So I'm actually telling you the truth. It's harder for you not to be favored. You got to work at not being favored, Maul. You got to be selfish, self-conceited. Like, you got to be me. You got to be focused on, bro, you got to work hard to be out of favor. You got to work hard. But if you just be your authentic self, man, and look after people in only the way you know how to do it, and in a way that's very meaningful to that person, bro, there's no way you're not gonna be favored. People gonna do stuff for you because of that favor, bro, and you're not gonna have to ask for it.
You know what else you ain't gonna have to ask for?
Hey,
Tell me, C, what is it?
Shout out to Organifi, the superfood green juice powder, keeping this podcast powered up. All right, go check them out, man. They got a whole line of healthy things to keep you up and running during this time, man. I know my family is on it strong. Organifi, ORGANIFI.com, promo code SUCCESS. All right. Also, as always, man, we want to shout out to Make Real Estate Real. Maul, you making real estate real over there. Nell husband where's Corey at?
He right here.
Tell Corey pop his big head
Corey, what up, though?
Camera.
What up, though, Corey?
This is, for those of you who don't know Corey, Corey is Nell, who is Toby's producer, is Nell's husband. I know he probably tired of being called Nell's husband.
Nell's husband.
Southwest side. Hey, Lee.
Exactly. Corey, so you came up to get the tutelage from the man himself, man. How'd it go today? But he didn't work you too hard, did he?
Oh, no. Everything was lovely, man. Since he picked me up from the airport, we've been rolling.
What y'all been on, man? Tell us what it's like to spend a day with Dr. King.
You looking at what he do every day, and you can see the excitement on his face as he talking about it. As we walking through it, you can see his vision. So it's something that he do every single day. So it's lovely.
Yeah. Did you learn anything, man?
A bunch of stuff. Can I say? Oh yeah. Just everything that I've been wanting to do since I've been wanting to invest in real estate about 5-6 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And do what I had to do to get into real estate. He just put some things into fruition today, as far as validating what it takes and what you got to do, and how it's gonna take some to get some. And so now we at that point. Thank God for a little favoritism. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
And now we at the position so we can have some generational wealth for the grants.
Yeah, absolutely. Corey, why don't you really quick, man? You transitioned like Maul, and Maul has been able to help so many people transition. But you were a college football player. You played for TCU. Had dreams of the league. You were way better than Maul had ever gotten to.
Way better.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, while he over here talking, we're about to go work out in beast mode gym.
Don't put it on him. Don't put it on that young man. Don't get that young man in trouble, see?
Something. I got 2 years on.
Corey actually had a real shot at the league.
Rose Bowl champion, 13-0, senior season, baby.
Let's
Rose
go.
Bowl champion. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, we ain't playing Michigan State. We've been Wisconsin. Wisconsin was the big dog that year.
No, Maul actually played in the toilet bowl, so y'all got something in common.
CJ will know because he was on the sideline watching.
Eating chocolate cake.
No favoritism for CJ in the toilet bowl.
Hey, Corey, so really quick, man. Just I'm interested. Just watching Maul's journey, obviously from football to real estate, and obviously you're making that transition. You're a real estate agent as well. Just talk about, we talk a lot about on this podcast, just about, when one dream dies or, one dream seemingly gone, to pick that ball up, no pun intended, and keep running with it. How's it been, just learning under Maul and, kind of putting this thing together for your family now?
Oh, man. So to answer your question, after I didn't make it in football after college, you know what I'm saying? I knew I wasn't going to spend the next 3, 4, 5 years trying to make that dream real. I
Playing
knew,
for the police league.
You know what I'm saying? I said, okay, I got a degree. Let's go put this degree to work.
Corey was like, I'm about to play for the police.
Y'all hold on. I'm about to go get my Hall of Fame plaque.
Go get it.
Please, Corey. Don't let him get in, Corey.
Hey.
Nah, but I knew I wasn't finna be chasing that dream for a long time. So I was like, I'm gonna go ahead, use this brain, I use this degree I got, and I got into corporate America like everybody do. And then I knew, okay, that wasn't for me either. I wasn't trying to work for nobody whatsoever. So I knew real estate was a way that I could supplement the income. Mm-hmm. And then getting introduced to Maul through you guys and hearing him on the Secret to Success podcast, I was like, oh, okay, cool. It's time to really go. So transitioning from there, and then making that and taking the bread from that to now put into investing what I originally wanted to do is a big thing. So, I'm all in. What we had to do is, we sold our crib to make some bread so we can get into the game. And so they're letting you know I'm 100% into the game, and this is what I really want to do from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And it's been a blessing, Corey, just to see, your family grow. For those of y'all, like I said, his wife is a super producer, Linnell Grant. And they just got a dope family, man. And to see you on this side with the real estate, to see her on, the music side, it's just crazy when you get around that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Like Maul always says, one man's obedience is
don't mess it up, man. Don't mess it up. One man's obedience is connected to so many other people's destiny. My obedience is connected to your destiny, right?
When you stop playing in the police league, yes. You know what I'm saying? When you finally listen to God tell you to quit that foolishness.
Hey, E, can we get a new co-host, bro? Can we?
Hey, you know me, bro. We would have a long time ago.
Hey, you know what's crazy though? Maul had 16 sacks in the game, Corey. But what he didn't tell you is that the left tackle was smoking cigarettes at halftime.
Hey, Maul,
it was
he showed off because Corey here.
It was a vapor
he showed
boy.
off for Corey.
It wasn't a cigarette.
Hey, Corey, you know how they had Gatorade bottles when you played? Maul and them, they had Milwaukee's Best and Budweiser in their Gatorade. But Maul was the only one out there on beach.
Hey, Maul, I'm not laughing, Maul. I'm not laughing at him, Maul.
Hey, E, just like Joseph, E, no matter what situation he was in, he still went full
No
go.
question.
And that's how I still found favor. If I didn't play in a police league, I probably wouldn't be in ETA today. So I still,
we thank God.
But you
We
will
thank
have
God
both
for the police
ACLs.
league. We thank God for the police league, Ma.
Hey, I appreciate you coming on, Corey.
doubt,
E,
man.
you got
Appreciate
anything else? I'm trying to stretch this to get us to an hour at least, dog. We got like 30
we're
more
good.
seconds.
Let's
You know
go.
what I'm saying?
It's
I'm
going to
trying
be more
get us to-
joking. It's
Hey,
over.
I'm trying
We
to get
threw
us
Maul,
to
it's
an hour
over.
today. Hey, y'all, it's
Hey,
late.
C's losing his favor with Jamal with every joke.
No, hey, listen, Maul, I got to keep Maul humble, man. He already, you know what I'm saying? He like Black Panther over there, man. You gotta keep him. Somebody
Maul.
got to keep him humble.
Maul, who's watching the watcher,
Who's
Maul?
watching
Who's
the
watching the watcher?
Hey, listen, I
Hey,
gave
E,
up
you
my
know what? E, I
football
heard you
dream
do a
way
keynote. I heard you do a
long time
keynote
ago.
about 4 years ago talking about people grading their own papers. I know that keynote was designed for C. I've seen him grade his own papers a few times.
What did I get?
All A's, my friend. All
You know what I'm saying,
A's.
Carl? What did I get? So yeah, y'all go. With all that being said, go to makerealestatereal.com. Maul, what else y'all got going on at Make Real Estate Real, dog?
Oh man, we just everybody, man, is we got tons of applications in for this capital infusion program. And you know what it is for people that didn't listen to the podcast last week. It's where once you become a member of Make Real Estate Real and you get into the alumni group, then we have it where you can fill out to get accepted into capital infusion program where we give you the money. We loan you the money to use as your down payment and your startup funds or your startup funds. So this way, you no longer got to sit on the sideline. You no longer got to take a year or 2 years to save up your money. You know, we are loaning you the money so you can get in the game and get going while this market is still great. Man, we got people flipping properties, making a lot of money right now. And it's just a great market. So we wanted to infuse this thing so people can get going and no longer sit on the sideline.
100%.
I said, Maul said we giving away money. I'm like, man, when we start doing that, giving away loans.
Just let your solo.
Let it glow. Hey, listen, I want to shout out your boy Hunt from the prayer line. Hunt sent me a check.
Wow.
And I opened this envelope to a handwritten letter. Hunt, I ain't respond to you, but this is my appreciation to you, man. He sent a check and he said, watch this, see. I was looking at the check like, wow, like favor, appreciate it. But he wrote in the letter like, no, I want to sponsor 5 people through the Solo Creator Pro program. I was like, oh, like that's like a level on top of a level now. So I don't have it planned out yet, but stand by. I'm going to give away 5 memberships. I got to find something for y'all to do first. But 5 memberships, see. And then within the next couple of weeks, listen closely, we're going to be launching Influencer Academy. Listen, so Solo Creator Pro, like a lot of people went through. We got, man, it's probably at least 600-700 people went through it now. And everybody's like, yo, Carl, that was cool. It was a 21-day challenge. I learned a lot. But, dude, you can't just leave me here. Like, I need more. So now we created them all, like the monthly program, Influencer Academy. Listen, y'all, I brought Q back. Like, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Q's with me again, and y'all gotta respect this one. Nikki Saunders, listen, y'all seeing Nikki shut it down on IG. Y'all see her shut it down. Y'all seen what she's done with our stuff, man. I brought Nikki in. She's gonna be helping out. Just teaching you everything that we've learned over the last couple of years, man. So Influencer Academy, stand by. We're actually going to do a live webinar in a couple of days. So look out for emails, messages about that.
Give me more.
Listen, man, we growing. We not stopping. We not stopping. So just keep looking out, man.
E, what you got going on, big dog?
Carl Shirt, finish it. If you started, finish it. For those of you who, you know, the 120 conference, you know, I've listened to a lot of what you guys are doing, and you need to keep doing it. It's phenomenal. All we're doing is, you know, a program to complement all these programs, and that's to show you how to take all these programs you're in and leverage them. And that's what the 120, you know, series is about. We go all the way to the middle of April, so we still got a phenomenal lineup. You know, we hadn't hit you with Priscilla yet, Shire. We hadn't hit you with Rachel Holmes. Like we got a lot of speakers we hadn't hit you with yet. And then there's a weekly, every week, you know, myself, Carl, Mustafa, CJ, you know, and others are training you weekly, you know. So
most importantly, I'm CJ. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
said he
going
quarterly.
in on that joint.
Hey, he put you last so you would stand out.
Yeah, I want you to stand out, see.
Hey,
feel me?
you know, most importantly, so that's worth
Hey,
the
and I'm
price
telling
of
y'all, for
admission
those of
right
you,
there.
even if you want to go back and do the replay, C has taught 4 classes. You know, Carl 4. It's a lot. Man, I'm telling you, we got a lot of speakers that have come in. It's like, man, it's loaded, man. So yeah, 120 is not too late.
Hey, why you ain't get your boy to come speak at the conference?
Who's that?
He got all type of little famous BFFs. You and Michael B. Jordan. I see y'all best friends.
Oh, I've never asked Mike to speak. Well, not now. I don't think. Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't ask Mike. I gotta have a big, man, thousands and thousands of folks to do that. Yeah. But no.
But
man.
he did do a happy birthday shout out video for Jada.
Oh, no
I'm
questions
like, wow.
asked, man. Much
hey,
respect.
I don't know what's better for her, the truck or the Michael B. Jordan shout out.
I think the Michael B. Jordan shout out probably. She listened to it about 50 times, and no cap. You know what I'm saying? 50 times, more to 100 times. But no, man, no. And again, it's because of, what we've done collectively, guys, that we get that kind of favor, that he would even be willing to do something like that. But, he's inspired by the videos, the content as well. He's working on Creed 3, you know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that's something that's coming out, here in the next year or two. But yeah, man, shout out.
Hey, Carl,
man,
I remember back
out.
in the day when you used to be talking to E, and he was just like, yo, it's Lee Lamb. I got to call you
no
back.
Doubt. Oh,
now
no
he'd be
doubt.
like, yo, this MBJ. I'm like, who? Michael B. Jordan. And then he'd be like, oh, this OBJ. I'm like, who?
I don't be saying that.
Yeah, he do. He be calling them by their nickname.
I still say Lee Lamb, LD, Joey. I still say their name.
You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, hold on, I got to go. This Rock. Who? Barack. I'm like, dang. Barack hit you? All right, man. We love y'all, man. Hey, listen, y'all do not miss next week. We're gonna be a little bit more locked in. I got something that man, it just burned me up over the last few days. Again, I didn't want to get into it because I felt like we might go into it for a while. And it's crazy. I know me and E were on the same page because we ain't never talked about this. And I called him immediately after I saw it, and he was like, yo, you ain't even gonna believe it, but I just did a presentation to a corporate company on that like 2-3 days ago, bro. And me and E have never had a conversation. So I was like, yo, let's do it on the podcast. We was gonna do it today, but it's late.
Everything, Ma. It's terrible now. Anytime I call C, he's like, don't say nothing. Podcast.
It's content.
I'm like, bro, can we just talk?
Yeah, don't talk to. Let's just talk. We can just talk about like what shows we watching or something. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to talk about that. Speaking of which, man, I hope y'all watching Snowfall. My goodness. I ain't watching.
No, I didn't see that.
I ain't seen it.
Oh, bro, Snowfall.
That's like on TNT, right?
It's on FX, dog. It's on
FX.
FX.
Okay.
Snowfall.
It's been fire.
Whoa. Have you been watching this season?
Yeah.
Are you caught all the way up?
Nah.
Not
since we've been out of town.
I don't want to do no spoiler alerts, but man,
Okay, I
Snowfall
gotta
is
check it out.
off
I
the
just
chain.
saw some like train going in the snow, and I was like, this look
I
crazy.
ain't want to see nothing with snow.
they
See,
stuck
come
on
on.
they stuck on the train, but okay.
No, that's not what Snowfall is.
So that's different then. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
Snowfall is a metaphor for cocaine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, no.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I'm talking about the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
yeah, that's too much church.
We
for
talked to
y'all.
one
Y'all
with the
can
real
get back-
snow. yeah, my bad.
All right, man. We out of here, man. Y'all go leave us a review on iTunes. We love you. We'll see you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul.